What's going on, everybody? I know that it's been a minute. We are flat out as we can run. Hadn't done a video in several days. I apologize for that for any one of you that actually enjoys the videos. We've got the Studebaker cab. Just give you a little update. Got the Studebaker cab on its back. I blasted the bottom, epoxied it with the Tamco 661 gray epoxy, and then I sprayed the Speed Coat T-Rex bed liner under it. Turned out really good. It's like the same style stuff as U-pole liner. It actually, I thought, well, it must be probably the actual same, but it's actually got a drying time that is faster than the U-pole, and that works good. I think I paid, in all honesty, $99, plus tax and all on eBay for a kit of it. So that's that. This is 57 that came in. I done a short reel on it, come in with a lot of blah 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 issues, little bitty things and that. Finally got the radiator in. And you say to yourself, well, you don't need the car up on the lift to put a radiator in. No, I don't. But this morning I thought, you know what? I'm gonna put it on the lift and check out the speedometer cable. Dylan put a new speedometer cable, but the speedometer still didn't work. And I wanted to show y'all a little trick. You can take a drill, like this handy dandy drill, and go under here, take your cable loose. Because I told him, I said, if the speedometer is not working after a new cable's been installed, then you've got a driven and drive gear that's inside this tail shaft. And yeah, it can come off. Take the tail shaft off, take the drive shaft out, blah, blah, blah. But I thought, well, before we get into all of that, let me do a little trick. You put your drill up on here and tighten it down and put it in reverse so that the drill spins counterclockwise. And I set this camera up in the seat, zoomed in on the speedometer, got back under here and hit it. And I'll show you this now. So I seen that, and if you'll listen, you can also hear the in the video telling me that something inside the cluster in the dash is, it's old, it's tired. Well, so now I know that I can put this back in, that we've got since it works with the drill, we have a driven gear or a drive gear issue. And I'm not so sure if he wants to tear into that at the moment or not. He just bought this car not long ago, and we'll see what and all he wants done. So before I done that, I thought, well, I'm gonna look to see why the gas gauge is not working. Now, it still could be the sending unit, but it wasn't even, it was just on there. And yeah, it could be getting enough connection to work, but we know that it's not working. And most of these have a ground, like a ground that goes from your actual sending unit to the frame somewhere. And then you've got this that goes, to the gauge in the dash. So I'm gonna find a nut that will fit that, and I'm gonna hook a temporary clamp, temporary, what do you call the little gator clip things, wire, and ground it out and see if that's what it is. Well, while I was waiting on that, I thought, well, I'll look around. I usually don't nitpick, but boy, oh boy, this thing is eat up. I don't know if he knows it or not, but I'll definitely share it with him. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. But I hate to nitpick a person's car, but eventually he's probably going to want a few little things done to it if he keeps it. But I'm telling you, it's pretty rusty. Pretty rusty. All in the trunk area. You can see the braces and stuff. I'm not so sure exactly where this car come from. They did put a new gas tank in it, but it's pretty strange that they didn't hook it back up right. So I'm gonna dig into that and see if I can fix that for him, and we'll pretend that we didn't never see none of this rust. The frame, from what I can tell on the frame looks good, but all of your braces, your shoehorn braces that come across to the rocker, you know, they're eat out. The rockers are shot. Everything else, let's see what the front looks like. The frame looks relatively good. Ball joints and stuff's wore out. I tell you, you don't know what you're buying nowadays unless someone, you know, will let you put it up on the lift. You just don't know what you're buying. So let me show you what I figured out. I decided I'd go ahead and pull the, I can't remember if this is the driven gear or the drive gear for the speedometer, but it's the speedometer gear. See how easy it turns now? That's what goes in the transmission, just like that. I took my scope, my depth step scope, however you say it, shined up inside, and the gear inside the tail housing looks good. I'm hoping that I can post that video here where you can see me checking it. This one here has a, let's see, as you turn it, there's 1 or 2 teeth right there on top that's kind of cut down a little bit. Get it in here where you might can see. Right there. But anyway, this thing, when I pulled it out, it wouldn't hardly turn inside the housing. Well, you know yourself that a speedometer cable has to turn freely. So I took some 400 grit and sanded that shaft down, and now it's good to go. So I'm hoping that once it goes back in, that one tooth that's knocked off won't hurt anything, but we'll see. All right, the little 57's done. Alternator's done. Wiring for the fan's done. New radiator is done. Everything's finished up. So, one thing that I want to clarify. When I made the video about the radiator swelling, I was just guessing that it was hot, and that's what caused the fins to swell. And I still could be right, or I could be wrong. But see how you can see daylight through there? Everywhere. All the way across. Brand new. When the fan blows, it blows through nice and easy. Here's the one that came out. Now, I had a guy online tell me that it wasn't from heat. Can y'all see how that side's bowed? There's only one little strip right there, and then one little bitty 3/4 inch strip right there. So you've got about a 5-inch space and a 3/4 inch space of cooling. The rest of it has swollen up and has closed completely off. So the guy online told me, he said, hey, he said, that's not from heat. That's from almost freezing. I said, okay. Well, that could possibly be it. So it either got hot or it got cold. We don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. If you know for 100% sure, bloop it down in the comments. But that radiator's done, and this one here is ready for some driving. We drove it to Seagrove and back, which is about, I don't know, 10 to 15 miles one way. Does good. Runs out, drives good. So it is what it is. Y'all stay tuned for the next video. There's your 3 kinds of work right there. Cheap, good, cheap, and fast, but you can only pick 2. If you want it good and cheap, it won't be fast. If you want it fast and good, it won't be cheap. And if you want it cheap and fast, it won't be good.